The first 8 seasons. RC, we'll go to you first. Has Allen been the most impressive quarterback in the NFL this season?
Absolutely not.
How's that?
Because it's Daniel Jones.
Oh my Lord.
Indiana Jones.
Oh, my Lord.
So let me tell you why. We left Daniel Jones for dead. Daniel Jones had to choose to go be on somebody's practice squad this year. Daniel Jones is in the quarterback competition with Anthony Richardson. Do you know how many times Daniel Jones and the Indianapolis coach punted week 1?
0.
Nan.
They ain't punt.
They ain't punt. Nan time in week 1. I did. They played the Miami Dolphins. I don't care.
What about week 2?
Hey, you know what happened in week 2?
Yeah, they played the Broncos.
In week 2, they played the Broncos. Broncos with Patrick Surtain, Defensive Player of the Year. Broncos with Vance Joseph, the defensive coordinator. With Allen up front, Hufanga at the safety position. And you know what happened? It's 3rd and 6. It's a gotta-have-it play. They didn't run the ball with Jonathan Taylor. They didn't try to figure out something tricky. You know what Shane Steichen chose to do? Put it in Daniel Jones' hands. Alec Pierce across the middle gets the ball on the mesh route. Now we got a first down. We got an opportunity to go win it. Daniel Jones, for me, 0 turnovers, 2 touchdowns passing, 588 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and leading a team to a 2-0 start when no one expected them to be there. Daniel Jones is the most impressive quarterback this season based on expectations and the level in which he's exceeded them.
I'm with you, but with a different situation. Do I think Josh Allen is the most impressive quarterback at this particular point? No. But this is the rare air that Josh Allen is creeping into. Similar to Patrick Mahomes, similar to Lamar Jackson, you're a prisoner of your own success, right? When you're in a situation that Josh Allen is, I think I'm more impressed with the talent around him. What James Cook has been able to do, what Dalton Kincaid and that receiving core has been able to do is sell out and make plays for each other. Let's take turns making plays rather than taking turns making mistakes. My surprise pick is Baker Mayfield and or who I have, Justin Herbert. These guys, we're not expecting the flare games. What we've seen Baker Mayfield do with this particular situation and this year, lead charges at the end of the game, and we put him in that same Daquavius conversation. Baker Mayfield gonna do some Baker Mayfield type things. We haven't seen that type of flare up of those highs happen yet. So when you see these guys playing at a high level, it's not to say that Josh Allen isn't playing at the high level. It's more to say we expect Josh Allen to play at this level. When you bring Indiana Jones into the equation, when you talk about Dak and you start talking about Baker Mayfield and Justin Herbert, these guys are playing above expectations, Stephen A.
Well, listen, we expected Phil Jackson to win championships when he had Jordan and Pippen and then Kobe and Shaq. But we didn't take away from him when he did it. We understand we appreciated it.
So you said Josh Allen is the most
I'm saying Josh Allen right now. I think that Josh Allen is playing better than anybody else. And I think, listen, I'm mindful of the fact that it was against the Jets last week. It was against the Dolphins last night. So that tempers my enthusiasm to such a degree. But here's where I'm going to give Josh Allen some love. I'm looking at some stats here. 2021, 18 turnovers in 17 games. 19 and 16 games, most in the NFL in 2022. 22 turnovers in 17 games, second most in the NFL in 2023. In 23 games since the start of last season, this brother Josh Allen has 8 turnovers. He's not turning over the football. He's elevated his level of play. And not only that, he's playing smarter. He's not turning the ball over, etc. I'm looking at it from that standpoint. I'm looking at the fact that you came back from a 15-point deficit with 5 minutes left and beat the Baltimore Ravens, who's widely considered to be the Super Bowl favorites. So those things I get taken into consideration. Lamar Jackson's on the opposite side of the field, on the opposite sideline. You know you got to go against him. You show up and play. Last night he had to do but so much against Tua. He damn sure didn't have to do but so much against the New York Jets. We get that part. Hell, he could have sat up there and sent in his backup. He could have sent in his wife to throw quarterback for the Buffalo Bills against the Jets, how they looked last week. I mean, but what they did against the Baltimore Ravens, the way Derrick Henry was running the football, the way Lamar Jackson was playing, the way the Baltimore Ravens were dominating the Buffalo Bills for 3.5 quarters, I can't ignore the fact that whatever is required, this brother seems to be able to do to get it done.
Yeah, I get it. And it's been impressive, never to say the less. I think the thing about Josh Allen is, you know, he's so talented, and we've always seen that from day one. I remember the first time we played Buffalo in the preseason, and he scrambled. He was just like a young pup back there, and he just scrambling. I mean, one of those zigzag going the opposite way. And he threw the ball so far out of bounds. It was on a
Yeah.
And then you try to find where he at. It's like, golly, he gonna be something. But that's the thing. When you start understanding quarterbacks' mannerisms and quarterbacks' techniques and tendencies, they're going to do certain things. That's been the plague of Josh Allen. So to your point, Stephen A.,
Josh Allen's in rarefied air. Like, it's that when he said Josh Allen is basically a victim of his own success, it's because there's only one thing that we're waiting on. And that's a championship, period. When Josh Allen is on the field, the Buffalo Bills have an opportunity to win any game at any time, and he showed us.
But does it minimize how impressive he is?
It doesn't minimize how impressive he is. But even in watching him, Josh Allen was outplayed by Lamar Jackson for 3 quarters and 3/3 of a quarter.
Okay.
Right? And then Josh Allen, because of the fumble, was able to make some plays late. Like, Josh Allen is who he is. But when we're talking about most impressive, we got to go Daniel Jones. You got to go Justin Herbert. Of all the quarterbacks who have an opportunity to ascend to the top tier of the eliteness at the position, Justin Herbert's the guy right now. Okay. To do that, he got to win when it counts. But you watch him the first 2 weeks, he outplayed Patrick Mahomes. He made clutch plays against the Chiefs defense. He went out and made plays against the Las Vegas Raiders.
You can't make a case of Justin Herbert now when you just said that.
I'm not making a case. I say Daniel Jones is the guy. Okay. But what I'm saying is this, though. When we look at Josh Allen, it's kind of like Cam said, I expect that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on. Several notable quarterbacks.
Every game they play the rest of the season. Certainly the next couple of weeks they will be prohibitive favorites, I would think. Atlanta, we'll see what we're talking about when we get to that game. Then the annual showdown, it seems, with the Chiefs, which will be fascinating. Bart Scott, are the Buffalo Bills the best team in the AFC?
I don't believe so. You can't be the best team if you can't stop the run, because that opens up the menu for offenses to do whatever they want. And I understand that they're missing a lot of players, but even without that, the opening game, the Baltimore Ravens ran down their throat. And then they ran into a homecoming game with the Jets, so we can't really evaluate them there. And we don't know what this Miami Dolphins team really is. I think they have a lot of major issues schematically and also personnel-wise on the defensive side of the ball, because at the end of the day, in the playoffs, it comes down, can you stop 4th and 1?
I understand that part. Here's what I'll say. Pretty much every team is flawed to at least some degree. The Bills, if you want to characterize them, Harry, as one of the teams that is counting on winning by scoring, by outscoring you, by putting up, I will bet on their offense and their quarterback before I'll bet on anyone else. We thought Cincinnati was going to try to win that way. Burrow goes down, it's awful. We talked about Dallas trying to win that way and a few others. If there's one guy I'm going to bet on, it's the quarterback of the Bills.
Yeah, the only downside to that, Greeny, is that you look at the AFC Championship game last year, and Josh Allen played well, and it was that defense that let them down. So you got to figure out how to get out the field, number one, on 3rd downs. For the Miami Dolphins to be 10-13, and on the 2-minute drive before halftime, they were 5 for 5 on 3rd down.
Right. And they got a 4th down conversion.
And it was easy plays that they should have made from a tackle perspective. The missed tackles led the Dolphins to go down and tie that ball game up before halftime. So can you consistently be better on defense? I think that's the main thing right now in the question mark. I have a lot of buddies of mine that are Buffalo Bill fans, and one of them texted me this morning, man, Josh Allen looks good, but I still have questions about our defense.
Yeah.